What are my credentials? Who am I? Why should you listen to me? Why should you pay attention to what I'm saying in a sea of all kinds of other people that are giving you advice? Well, I'm going to try to answer that in this short video. But first of all, let me tell you a story. This is 1991. 1991. My wife and I, we were having our first series of seminars that we were doing all by ourselves without our joint venture partners. And it was break time. Eileen and I were just getting started. We were achieving some pretty good success. I think by that time we had generated a couple $1 million, starting with just a few $100s, starting dead broke. And so now we were having these seminars. We were officially millionaires, and the seminars were called the Blue Jeans Millionaire seminars, which I'm known as the Blue Jeans Millionaire. Just an average guy, and yet I'm proof that anybody can make millions of dollars if that's what you want to do. Nothing special about me, and that's part of my credibility here. That's part of my credentials, so to say. But we're at break time, and I was telling one of the attendees about Russ von Holscher, and how when he first started working with us, we were bringing in about $15,000 a month, $16,000 a month, something like that, about $500 a day in total sales, and how within 9 months, our sales were up to around $100,000 a week. Now think about that. We went from around $500 a day in total sales to about $100,000 a week in total sales, and we did it in about 9 months of working with this man, Russ von Holscher. He had 20 years of experience at that time. We were just getting started. And so I was bragging on Russ, and I said, hey, you should give him a call. And I gave the guy his phone number, and here's what this guy said to me. After telling him all of this, what I just told you, he said, well, what's Russ's credentials? And I couldn't believe it. I just could not believe it. You know, you can't make this stuff up. It would just sound outrageous if you made it. This. He really said that after I told him. And so I repeated it. The guy made us millions of dollars. We were poverty poor. When we met Russ, we had a little thing. Things were working out for us, but we were a long ways from making millions of dollars. But within 9 months of working with him, the money was just rolling in like crazy. And we were well on our way to bringing in tens of millions of dollars, which we ultimately did. And I was telling this guy how important Russ was to helping all of that come together. And he wondered what Russ's credentials were. Now, what he meant was, what university did he go to? What alphabet soup did he have behind his name? Did he have a master's degree? Did he have a PhD? All of that kind of traditional stuff. That's what he was really wondering, which to me is all just nonsense. You can take some really smart person and put them through 15 years of education so that they have all these titles, and they're a doctor of this and a doctor of that. And basically all they really know how to do is pass tests, and they have a lot of book knowledge, but no common sense, no practical knowledge or whatever. Russ von Holscher was the real deal. When he started working with us, he had already been at it for 20 years, and he had already made millions of dollars, and now he was giving us the best of all of his shortcut tips, tricks, and strategies. Those are his credentials. Not some other kind of nonsense that this guy wanted to know about. And those are my credentials. Look, I had a troubled youth, okay? I was a drug addict and an alcoholic until I was 21 years old, all right? So if you want to, don't sit in judgment. I got clean. I went to a couple treatment centers and all of that. But I dropped out of high school, went to work in the oil field in south central Kansas. The oil was flowing freely. That was when the oil embargo of the late 70s, and so I'm dating myself. I'm almost 60 years old now. But while my friends were still in high school, I was working on the oil rigs, making pretty good money. Then I worked in construction and all of that. Then I got help for my problems with addiction. And so I straightened my life up. I straightened my life up when I was 21 years old, but I still didn't want to go to college or anything like that. And my friend Ron hired me for my first sales job when I was, I think, 24 years old. That was 1983, 1984. And from that, then I started my first business in 1985. And then I met my wife, and we started our direct response business in 1988, and that led to millions and millions and millions of dollars. Since that time, and this is the most important thing, I have strived to become a master at all aspects of sales and marketing. Eileen ran the business for the first 12 years, and she turned out to be a hell of a great business person, watching all the money come in and out. Every I was dotted, every T was crossed, making sure that everything was perfect, managing the employees and all that stuff that I hate, all the stuff that I'm no good at, never will be good at, and that let me focus on sales and marketing. I spent, with Eileen's blessing, over $1 million of our own money on my own education. Consultants, coaches, coaching programs, seminars, got thousands of books, and a real hunger. A hunger and a desire and a burning obsession to learn everything I could about sales and marketing. And so I couldn't get enough. The more I learned, the more I wanted to learn. And I've tried to master every aspect of sales and marketing and tried to stay up with it as the technology evolved with the internet and all of that. So I've learned many, many, many things about all aspects of direct response marketing, copywriting, structured selling. We've created our own systems. I've got a team of people I've worked with for many, many years, including Chris Lakey. Worked with him for 21 years. I taught these people everything I know when it comes to making a lot of money, and now they teach me and they work with me and they help me on a daily basis. So I've got a lot of synergy from working with the same people for many, many, many years. Still work with Russ von Holscher after all these years. In fact, I'm working with him on a daily basis after almost 30 years now. So those are my credentials, and those are the only credentials that matter if you're my kind of person. So I was in a state of shock way back in 91, when somebody said, well, what is Russ's credentials, after I just got done telling him that this is a guy that made us instant millionaires in a couple years. And but some people, some people just don't get it, don't ever get it. But if you do, and you want to know more about who I am and what I'm all about, and you're not one of my clients already, then just click on the link below. You can get all the information about that. And if you are one of my clients, I'm extremely grateful for you. And my sincerest goal is to do for you what Russ von Holscher did for us all those years ago. To give you the shortcut tips, tricks, and strategies and methods that you can use to go from wherever you are to wherever you want to be in the fastest and easiest way. The fastest time and the easiest way to make the maximum money in the minimum time with the least amount of effort. And you can do that with our methods without making all the mistakes we made over the years and without having to pay the same kind of price that we've had to pay. So thank you for watching this video, and bye for now.